I know our odds. Maybe it's time to consider the easy way out. What if deciding, making choices was never anything more than just an illusion? You're still making it about yourself. Just look at us.
Have you been ready for life?
I just wanted to find a way out.
Hello, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another gaming video. You're watching Headset VR. Today we're going to be trying out a new game that came out quite recently called The Alters. Now, if you're not aware, this game is playable using Traydog's Unreal Engine injector, so we can play this game in VR, and that's what we're going to be doing today. So first things first, I'm going to show you some of the settings that I'm going to use for this. Now, there's no guarantee that these are the best suited settings for you, but this is what I'm going to use, and we're going to see how it performs on the fly. So let's just look at the settings first. So if we go to settings, and we'll just go to graphics. Now I'm going to knock this down from ultra to medium, and we're going to turn off motion blur. Now I'm going to leave the resolution scaling as FSR3 for now. That might have to be turned off, we'll see how it plays. And I'm going to leave most of these on, but post-processing is going to go down to low. Texture quality I'm going to put back up to high though, and effects we're going to put down to low. And I think we're just going to save it just as that. Let's see if there's any other things we can mess around with. I don't think there are. We'll look in the gameplay. Right, no. So that's going to be it for the settings. Now, there is a custom profile you can download and use for this. Now, I'm going to give that a try out. I've got no idea if it's any good at all. So this is going to be a little bit of an experiment. Now, what this profile will apparently give us is a first-person experience for when you explore him, and it's going to be zoomed out outside the base when it's on the base view. So both modes can be toggled in the script UI tab. So, I'm going to download the profile. So, if you go into the Flat to VR Discord, this profile is actually set up to use with the Game Pass version, but what you can just do is, if you see what I've done, and go into videos, well, where you've downloaded it, and I've just renamed the profile, as you can see just here, to Win64 Shipping. So that's all you're going to need to do to play this if you've got the Windows version. Otherwise, just leave it as it is for the Game Pass version. Right, so we've got UEVR opened up, so we're going to change this to the Alters as seen here on this little drop down tab there. Now, if you have played the game already using UEVR and you want to use a completely fresh profile just to make sure they don't conflict and cause any problems, go to Open Global DAR, look for the Alters. I'm assuming it's going to be T, there you go, and that's going to be my settings already that we've used. So if you've used any previous profiles, it's worthwhile deleting that to remove the chance of any conflicts. Now I'm going to be playing in OpenXR because I'm using the Quest 3 headset. Now I'm going to be playing this using AirLink, and I'm going to hotspot because Oculus Link is just awful at the moment. So yeah, like I say, OpenXR, native stereo, and we're going to import that config. So if you click on the import button and go to where you've downloaded the profile, which is just here in downloads for me, and we'll click open. Now what I'm going to do first of all is minimize that window down, and I'm going to continue on with the game I've already started. Now I do own a Steam Deck, so I've been playing this on my handheld a bit, and I've been really enjoying this game. So let's get in there. Okay, so I'm at day 15. Now I'm just going to pause this because if you look in the corner, the bottom left, the clock does tick away all the time. So let's just pause the game. Now what this game is about, it's a sci-fi survival game with a bit of a twist. Now you play a survivor of a crash-landed spaceship, and on the expedition all of the other crew members have died. So to survive you need to make a new crew. Now, using a substance called rapidium, you can create alternate versions of your character, hence the title, The Alters. And each one is shaped by a crucial decision from your main character's life. The character is called Jan Dolsky, so every character is going to be a complete copy of Jan Dolsky, but they'll have a slightly different past, so potentially they'll have different jobs. So there could be a miner, there could be a botanist, there could be a doctor, and you've got to put them to use, and you've obviously got to choose the ones that suit your current situation. So as you navigate through the game, you will have some moral dilemmas to explore, and there is a branching narrative as well, with some pretty captivating character dynamics and a few challenging decisions. But you've also got to craft items, you've got to build your base, you've got to gather resources, and all the time you've got to escape from the sun, because if the sun comes over the horizon it will just melt everything and you're all dead. Great way of getting the suntan early, but if the weather's like what it is for us in the UK at the moment, you don't need that, it's here already. So basically you've just got to create these altars, manage their needs, manage your base, and survive on a hostile planet. Sounds easy, doesn't it? Yeah, maybe not, but that's half the fun of it. That's half the fun of it. You've got all these people, or all these versions of yourself to manage. So, right, now we're going to give this a go, and we're going to see how this actually plays. Now, from what I've been reading, a lot of people have been having pretty good performance with this. I mean, I'm sure we'll potentially come across maybe some issues. Some people will get some issues, but we're going to find out if we're going to get some issues. Now, the game does support hardware lumen, so you can actually go to the engine.ini file and change all of this if you wish to. Okay, so if you wish to mess around with the engine.ini settings, you can do. All you need to do is go into your C drive, look for users, user, app data, local, 11-bit studios, the alters, Steam, saved, config, Windows, and that will get you the engine.ini file. And the settings for that are on Discord. I'm not going to use those at all. We just want to play the game and see how it performs in UEVR. So anyway, let's leave that and we're going to resume the game. But before we do that, we're going to inject UEVR on this menu here. So let's give it a go. Right, okay, so we're in the game menu of UEVR. Now I'm going to mess around with some of these settings. So first of all, I like to turn off the L3 toggle in case it's actually hit in game. And let's have a look at some of these and see what I would do to change any of these. All looks pretty good for me from what I can see. Now I don't know how feasible it is to use controllers, but let's just set all these settings. So do all your recenters, and then you can keybind them like I like to. Make sure that you are dead level when you're doing it, because it will set to what you're currently at the moment. Now if you're wondering why I'm doing these overlay runtime keys, what this will do is when there's any cutscenes enabled, the cutscene might not look the greatest. So if you want the cutscene to look good in your headset, just toggle 2D screen mode and you'll get a 2D screen mode in your headset. And you can then disable your object hook, which I'm going to come to in a second. But if you want it to look good on the monitor, you just disable VR and you'll get the cutscene play out normally on the monitor. So let's just go into Now, compatibility, sometimes it is worthwhile changing these projections to symmetrical, but for now we're just going to leave these as they are. And if we go into config, now in the profile it's already been disabled, so I'd like to put that as numpad 0. And let's see how this plays. Now, I've been told it might play better on a gamepad, so it could be worthwhile having a gamepad. But I'm just going to go on the controllers to start with. Oh, wow. Oh, okay. I'm not sure where the character is. Let's... Ah, there we go. So if we just use controllers for now. Right, so the menu's nice and close. I like this here, so find a good vantage point and look around. So we need to leave the back. I can actually see all of the bays here, I can, which is quite nice. So where's the airlock? So let's go and see if we can teleport to somewhere. So we've got a pretty good first person experience. Now if you press decouple pick, well, you object hook, we go back to third person, which is good for the base. But in first person we're just going to stay as we are. And I think it said something like... Right, so this I think was the way I needed to go last time. Can we mine over here? Yep, we can mine over here. Mining in first person. Right, so find a good vantage point and look around. Ah, here we go.
Okay,
In a cutscene.
this is not good.
That looks awesome, that does.
We are surrounded.
The visuals on this are absolutely stunning.
Damn it. So much for plan B.
Let's head back to base then, shall we? And we need to develop a new plan on how to get everything. But graphically, I mean, this looks great. This does in first person. You can see the base, a giant wheel. Looks amazing. The landscape looks amazing. Graphics are just absolutely fantastic. They really are. Let's go and chat to one of these guys over here.
What
Right, we're in VR here, so let's change it to first person. This is what it's like as a normal cutscene, or we can change it to VR. So let's just watch the cutscene in VR.
Hey man, I can see you've been tense lately. Oh, me? Nah, I'm cool. Come on, let me help. How do you usually deal with, you know, anxiety? Anxiety? I'm not a wimp. I don't do anxiety. Well, I'd never call you a wimp, seeing how much work you get done in a day. Thanks. I'm doing my best.
Okay, so I think he actually needs some stuff to help work out. So let's go. Oh, if I can get out the kitchen. And so there's the captain's quarters. We're just going to go and end the day because my character's exhausted. Okay, now you can see the pink bar, my energy's back up. The little radiation sign has got a yellow circle building around it when you've got radiation problems. You won't be the only person who has radiation problems. other characters can have that too as well. Right, so we've left the base. Let's just follow the pipes. So this is a mining zone potentially.
Hey, what's this? It's triggering the alert in my suit. I need to learn more about this thing.
These anomalies are, but let's keep away. They're dodgy. It feels a bit like Into the Radius. Let's go this way.
Huh. That must be another one of those cargo drops. Except that doesn't look like the crew's personal luggage.
Damaged chip.
Huh. Looks like some kind of device. Maybe there's a way I could use it.
I mean, performance-wise, this plays exceptionally well in UEVR. It really does play exceptionally well. And like I say, you can mess around with the first person, the third person. The interactions are dead easy. I mean, it might feel more comfortable on a gamepad. I mean, so far just using the Quest controllers, it feels completely fine to me. Let's just squeeze past this anomaly as well. We're going to go back to the base and see what this is about. Bring the drill with us next time. Oh, radiation. We need to get out of here quick. Right, so if you are around at night time, you will get done by the radiation. And I'm quite far from the base here. They won't kill you straight away, but too much, and it will cause you a problem.
Hey, I found this. I brought it on this mission, but thought that maybe it could mean something to you too. My lava lamp? You kept it?
It seems
Sure. It's one of a few cool keepsakes from our childhood. Yeah. Mom and I like to sit by it in the evening, talking and joking. It reminds me of that period when life was challenging, but also really fucking great.
And we can pick up in the morning with renewed vigor. That's good, right, so... Right, so you have to be mindful here. Why is he not on shift? back to safety. Right, so I think it's time for Betty Boys again, I think. Oh. Night radiation starts earlier. Oh. New resources appeared on the planet's surface.
Hey, man. Can we talk? It's over. We made it.
No, I'm just going to go out and get some mining done. This is pretty damn important.
Where's that gun guy? Should I go there next? Should I take care of this now?
So yeah, this is basic premise of the game, really. Just oh. It's just gaining resources, building stuff, and just getting your way through. It is, in my opinion, one of the most unique games of the year. And along with things like Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, I think this is an absolutely fantastic game. It really is absolutely fantastic, and it's heightened by UEVR. It really is, and it does improve the experience. And it makes it for something completely what you would not expect. Right, so I need to get to bed first, and we'll crack on in the morning. Right, so I mean, if you do like this game, it is very easy to play in VR. I will put the profile on the Patreon page. Look, so it is a free Patreon page, so don't expect to have to pay to get access or anything like that. It's free to anybody. I've not created the UEVR profile, so I'm certainly not going to charge anybody for it. I won't even charge people for the profiles I make, let alone somebody else.
Son, should I take care of this now? Need to go there, Chief.
Well, all I'll say is if you do like the video, then please do give us a thumbs up. And if you do want to see more VR related content on the channel, please do subscribe. There'll be plenty of that where this comes from. And if you do want to make any comments, please post them in the usual place. I will respond to every single comment that's posted. Right, anyway, I think we're just going to get to the end of the day and we're just going to end the video just there. So let's go out. See if there's somebody else here. There is. I think I'm going to create a travel post here. Boom. Right, so I've made a travel pylon. So that means I can travel all the way back over there. I mean, anyway, we're going to end the video just pretty much here anyway. Let's leg it back to the teleporter. It does really to create a distorted view. Okay, well it looks like I suffered massive radiation burns, and it appears that my altar has saved me. Anyway, I think we're just going to pause the game just here. In fact, we are going to end the video just here. But I would like to say, if you haven't tried this game, do try it. It is only a measly 26 odd pounds on Steam, which is probably about $30, something like that. But it is a lot of fun. There's a lot of tension created in this because of the panic of the sunshine coming after you and all the things that you have to keep managing and the resources. I know I don't really like survival games, but this one's got a good plot to it, and I would highly recommend it. So if you haven't tried the altars yet, do give it a shot. It's pretty cheap. You can try it on Steam for a couple of hours. If you don't like it, you can just refund it. Personally, I loved it and I think it's absolutely brilliant. One of my favourite games of the year so far, and the fact we can play it in VR does really add to the experience. Anyway, I am just going to end the video here. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you watching this has perhaps maybe persuaded you to give this a look. You can play it in UEVR as seen at the start of the video. So otherwise, I'm just going to end this here. Look out for more VR related content coming soon. So thank you for watching. Take care. And watch out for the radiation. We'll see you soon. Bye bye for now. Bye bye. Bye bye.